Mental power is the ability of the brain to exercise its cognitive functions, a faculty that we have to greater or less extent. We do not speak of precognition of telepathy. We speak of the intellectual capacity of the human being, of the capacity to understand and learn more or less complex concepts, of the faculty to imagine or to reflect, to the ability to rationally analyze and problem to find the most solution. Mental power is a human faculty that characterizes and distinguishes our species from the rest of the animals on the planet. Logically, the level of mental power of each person is very different because it depends on a multitude of variables. The subject is still the subject of research by neurologists, psychologists, and psychiatrists. What determines a person's level of mental power? The reality is that you don't know for sure. What the experts in the human mind do agree on is that the capacity of our brain can increase and also reduce. As we told you before, the mental power of a person can be strengthened in a many different ways, and also it can be improvised if you don't exercise our brain. Just watch life go by like one more of Meva. Mervin, Mind and Machine, we are really close. Elon Musk is the largest to predict the fusion of the brain with artificial intelligence. But to what extent can we achieve it? Just an accident. Great fantasy about talking fly today's imagination dreams of merging minds and machines to solve the nagging problem of human mortality. Can the mind connected directly with artificial intelligence, robots, and other minds using brain-computer interface technologies to transcend our human limitations? Over the past 15 years, researchers for companies and university laboratories around the world have made impressive strides. Lately, successful entrepreneurs young have announced the creation of new companies that aim to improve human by connecting the brain with the computer. How close are we to connecting our brains with our technologies? And what would the consequence be once our minds were connected? The human brain is divided into two hemispheres, one right and one left, separated by the intersmith fissure and communicated by the corpus callosum. The surface is called the cerebral cortex and is made up of folds called convolution made up of gray matter. Underlying it is the white matter. In deep areas there are areas of gray matter forming nuclei such as the thalamus, the calyx, nucleus, and the hypothalamus. Each cerebral hemisphere has cerebral fissures that divide the cerebral cortex into lobes. The brain processes sensory information but visual and tactile, auditory and olfactory. The motor areas control and coordinate movement, while the associations areas are responsible for complex functions such as memory and reasoning. The basal ganglia act in the coordination of movement, while the limbic system is responsible for the emotional responses. Although certain areas of the brain are responsible for certain functions, it is a highly integrated system that is also related to other parts of the brain, such as the cerebellum, responsible for coordination complex sequences of movement led by motor areas.